What was your oh shit I might not be straight moment? When I said to my friend this dude is cool, I wouldn't ask him out. But if he asked me I wouldn't refuse, turns out I'm gay and shy. Met a girl via Twitter through a tag. Started talking. Then moved to video calls. Every time a notification came up on my phone from her, I got that warm-faced, fuzzy chest feeling. We're just good friends, I said to myself, like a liar. She's just really sweet and I like talking to her. I ask her who that is, as I'd never heard the name from her before. Oh. That's my boyfriend. Oh. Okay. Recent boyfriend? No. We've been together 7 years. Around minute 5 of crying is when I realized. Crying about that and feeling like I'd gotten my heart broken wasn't normal. The day when I was 16 and had just realized that the only porn that I had been watching up to that point for the last 5 years was the gay kind. Being 14 and realizing I preferred lesbian erotic novels over anything else. When I was 13/14 I was at a sleepover. We discussed our boys we fancied list, then our girl crush list. They named celebrities. I named like Holly from drama class, one of our female teachers, a girl in the year above, and was yeah she's pretty and she's so cute when she. I was then informed a girl crush is when you want to be this person, or be like them, not be on them or kissing them and holding their hand while you walk round a Christmas market. And that's how I found out that being attracted to girls wasn't a straight person thing. One time in high school, I knew a girl who was really attached to me. I had low self-esteem and she would always be happy with me and she would say things like, "You look cute today and that skirt matches your eyes." I never thought she liked me because I would just think, nobody can like me, or I would just think I was lucky to have someone so nice. It was by Valentine's Day she made me chocolate in a little pink lock and lock as she confessed her love to me. I almost fainted as I coughed in shock. Wrong reaction. She was confused but we talked it out. That year we went to prom together. She was my first best kiss that grade. And we were one of the most famous lesbian couples in our school. We later broke up because she was going to her dream college in California and we both agreed a long-term relationship wouldn't be good. Ever since, I knew I was gay AF. My therapist was doing a series of quick questions and asked, "You like boys?" And I was like, "Yeah, and you like girls?" And I said, "No. I don't know." And he, "Well, straight people normally answer that one way differently." Then it hit me. At 23. That I'm not straight, might be bi, and all the watching reading lesbian porn. Finding that actress pretty. Fantasizing about a girl 2 years my senior. Noticing great boobs ass wasn't me being so okay with being straight that I was okay with having experiences with women. I actually kinda like them, so yeah. I was that oblivious. Very first clue that I was bi was rewatching Harry Potter when I was 11 and wanting to make out with Hermione super bad. Then when I was 13 me and my friends were all at a sleepover and, since we were horny teens, we played spin the bottle. I got my best friend and it was like the best thing ever. When my best friend came out as a lesbian and my brain went automatically, yes, we have a chance with her. Wait, so turns out I'm bi. Edit. By we I mean me, Adumbus, and whatever runs my emotions. Second edit, for clarification. No. We never got together. Turns out she was experimenting more than anything else and told me she didn't like women before I could even get the courage to tell her. We stopped being friends shortly after, for different reasons, and I have no way to contact her anymore. She never knew and probably never will. Lucy, if you're out there, I don't think about you anymore, except for this moment of my life that, in the end, is more about me than about you, but I once fancied the way you would smile at me a bit too much. I wrestled my best friend in middle school and realized in the middle of it that I prefer it when he's on top of me. Edit. Woo, this blow up. Let's hope he's not a redditor. Deg. And yes, Yes, we hooked up later, you middle-aged suburban women you. Novel is out soon. When I was little and whenever I read books about a straight couple in love, and the woman was this fiery goddess, I never wanted to be the gorgeous woman in the book. I was curious about how it felt to fall for one. I loved the idea of it. Then, I started to develop intense crushes on girls. In high school I tried out for football. The coach was showing us how to tackle. 6 there I was, getting full-on body slammed by a 300-pound tank with a beard and arms bigger than tree trunks. I did not complain. Turns out I don't like football. I just like rough hanky-panky with bearish men. Also, erections while wearing a cup are very uncomfortable. Basically, I got a text from a guy I met at school. Literally never talked to him outside of that one class. The text said, "Hey, you're pretty hot. Wanna freak?" Now, I assumed that my reaction would be no, I'm straight. But I sat there and thought about it. Long story short, I thought he was pretty hot too. We chatted for a few days. Sent some pictures. Then we fricked. Going down on my high school best friend in the science room storage closet. I wrote a very long diary entry in late middle school about how beautiful my best friend looked as she slept at a sleepover. I wrote in detail about her fluttering eyelashes, her smooth skin, her parted lips, her deep breathing, etc. I closed it out by saying that I'm not homosexual and I never would be. I just thought my best friend was a beautiful soul. We started dating a couple months later. Realizing that a male friend was objectively more attractive than my girlfriend. Took me another 20 years to admit to myself that I was bi. Though. When I saw a woman dressed in a business suit, but with a skirt. She had on heels and tights with a black line going up the back of her legs. That sight with the click of her heels. I didn't just like boys. Was year 10 UK, maybe 15. On a school trip to the US. Shared a 2 double bedroom with 3 upper 6th, 17-18 guys. This would be back in 2007ish. When skinny indie kids with greasy hair were the thing. One of them was this guy. Who was 18 and I thought he was so mature and grown up. He wore a proper thick woolen trench coat and told stories about girls giving blowjobs under it. Which to a 15-year-old felt like I was talking to some sort of wizard. He had very pale grey blue eyes. But with dark skin and messy curly dark hair, so they really stood out. Anywho. They decided that being squeamish around other boys was kinda uncool. So this guy decided after his shower to walk across the room stark bollock naked to get dressed. And he was really thin. But muscular with it. And that was the first time I'd really looked at a cock before. Because he stood there toweling off with a bit of a smirk. As if he was trying to make me uncomfortable. I was not uncomfortable. I just love when women. Megara from Hercules, and Hercules. Chell from Road to El Dorado, Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Lola Bunny in Space Jam. And quite recently reignited my passion for men too. Zagreus from Hades. I was over my friend's house and he took a shower and came back to his room naked and started playing Fortnite naked. I was way too interested in looking at him that I knew I wasn't straight. Henry Cavill. Sitting there googling am I a lesbian quizzes lol. Well, the first sign probably should have been lil 4th grade me. After learning of the existence of gay people. Laying there at night thinking. AWW man. Gay girls are so lucky. Wish I could date a girl. Oh well. Guess I'll marry a man. Or the countless times groups of girls would be obsessing over how cute some dude was and I'd be standing there like? Question mark? Or maybe the fantasies I had in 6th grade about me dating a girl I was friends with. But for some reason I didn't even begin to consider the possibility of not being straight until I got the most intense crush of my life. The kind that physically hurts because you want the other person. so badly on a friend of mine who was a girl. Hence the googling lol. Took me another 2 or 3 years to really accept it. Even now I have a girlfriend and occasionally doubt myself, but I know that's just my dumbass brain overthinking everything. Girls be looking way cuter and I developed some feels. But the solidifying moment was during a girl's sleepover where we played truth or dare and I had to kiss this girl. Oh boy, I did not want that moment to end. College. I had a GF through high school, so assumed I was bi because I had a GF. Even though I looked at the boys way more than any girl. I was reading a blog and it said bisexuality was imagining yourself married to either gender and being happy with it. It's probably not an accurate statement, but I figured yeah, I'd be totally fine with either. Later on I thought about the hanky panky part. Was completely repulsed and learned the term asexual. Okay. Well. Here's also the story I will never tell my parents. So back in 8th grade I was bullied by a bunch of girls because they thought I was a lesbian and they had decided to try and blackmail me. So one day I was alone in the hall since I had to stay back in my last class due to spilling something, and now I was late going to my next class. I swear they must have somehow planned me spilling something because one of the girls was walking the opposite direction of me. But then quickly stopped me with their arm and did that ping someone against the wall with your arm thing. She was taller than me. So she was looking down at me and I was a bit scared and confused since I thought I was going to get beat up, but instead she started to flirt with me. Not like the compliment flirting, I mean like full on I wanna bang you flirting. Keep in mind we were both underaged. Even for the state we're in, which was 16 for consent. I was blushing like crazy before she kissed me and left. I don't know how they were gonna blackmail me because a week passed before it clicked with me that I liked that a bit too much even if it was faked. Then I told a friend that I thought I could trust. And before I knew it the whole school knew I was a lesbian and I got heavily bullied for it. So the homophobes made my life worse. Thanks for making me scared to come out to my parents. Middle school. I don't think I'm gay since in relationship dynamics I much more prefer the company of women. However, since the first time I went to the Louvre at 13, I was really fascinated with all those statues and paintings of naked men. So yeah, I'd say a beautiful body is a beautiful body, no matter the sex. More NSFW than other examples. I'm hetero-romantic. Easily. But I found out I'm bi-curious when I found myself fapping to the idea of getting topped out of nowhere. And rather than be disgusted, it just kinda felt arousing. I've been watching lesbian porn since I discovered what porn was. Dudes in porn made me uncomfortable. It was at age 17 I realized that I'm probably not as straight as I thought. That plus having a crush on a girl for the first time. The Mummy Returns. Evie and Mila battle it out in those gold outfits. Me telling my wife, I'm totally straight. But Neil Patrick Harris is hot. I'm totally straight. But Brendan Urie is hot. I'm totally straight. But Dan Levy is hot. Fuck. I might not be totally straight. It all started when I was little and saw Rocky Horror Picture Show for the first time. Tim Curry started singing Sweet Transvestite. Threw off that cloak. And it awoke something deep in me. He looked dead ass sexy in that lingerie. Then as a teenager I went to a party where I played truth or dare. I was dared to kiss a boy. And I enjoyed that. Then I was dared to kiss a girl. And I liked that too. And suddenly things started to fall into place. Turns out, I'm pan and pay no attention to gender when it comes to who I'm attracted to. Making out with girls in 5th grade and liking it. Jade from Victorious. She made little 11-year-old me feel a certain type of way. I blame Jade for the fact that I'm now lesbian. Australian accent. I honestly still say straight. But deep down I know if the right Aussie hit on me I'd be saying B as soon as I crawled out of their bed and caught my breath. I was fascinated by a girl at school. Aged 17. She was so cool and confident. Didn't care what people thought. Started thinking about her a little too much. Didn't think anything of it really. It was only when she invaded my thoughts when I was with my boyfriend that I realized. 2 years later I came out as a lesbian and haven't looked back.
Hi there. Look, if you enjoyed the video, well, why not go ahead and hit that like and subscribe to Reddit Stories. In fact, if you want to see even more responses to this thread, well then, take a look. There's the link in the description below. And remember, show some love to those authors while you're there. And I look forward to seeing you next time.